Now on Emeritus Newsbrief, I'm Lynn Houston. The Obama administration mobilizes for 3 battles, Iraq and Afghanistan, and here at home with health care reform. A total of 22,000 men and women will be added to the ranks of the Army to replace the overextended troops.
The Army faces a period where its ability to continue to deploy combat units at acceptable fill rates is at risk. Based on current deployment estimates, this is a temporary challenge which will peak in the coming year and abate over the course of the next 3 years.
More on the troop additions on the Emeritus News National World page. It's been a rough month for employee pensions and banks. Nortel Network's pension plan for 22,000 workers and retirees failed last week, and the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation came in to save it. The cost, over $500 million. $514 million to be exact. The move comes as Nortel is trying to sell assets to get out of bankruptcy. 4 banks were closed and sold off to other financial institutions last weekend. Total cost of the 4 failures to the FDIC Insurance Fund, $1.1 billion. The list includes 2 California banks, another from South Dakota, and a 4th from Georgia. Details on the pension and bank failures on the Emeritus News Financial Pensions page. President Obama, while visiting a children's hospital in Washington, D.C., fights back against those he says are out to derail attempts at health care reform.
If we do nothing, then families will spend more and more of their income for less and less care. The number of people who lose their insurance because they've lost or changed jobs will continue to grow. More children will be denied coverage on account of asthma or a heart condition. Jobs will be lost. Take-home pay will be lower, businesses will shutter, and we will continue to waste hundreds of billions of dollars on insurance company boondoggles and inefficiencies that add to our financial burdens without making us any healthier.
Meanwhile, Republican National Chairman Michael Steele calls Obama's proposals reckless.
And he's conducting an unnecessary experiment with our tax dollars, experiments that will transform the very way of life of our country and its citizens. The president is rushing this experiment through Congress so fast, so soon, that we haven't had a moment to think if it would work, or worse, to think about the consequences to our nation, our economy, and our families if it doesn't work.
Republicans, however, did not discuss an alternative proposal to the Democratic health reform plans. And a new study from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation finds that while an increasing number of Americans like their health care, a larger number also worries they will lose it and their jobs over the next year. Details on the Emeritus News Insurance page. The latest on the biggest issues and public policy only at emeritusnews.com and on Emeritus News Channel at livestream.com. That's an Emeritus News Brief. I'm Lynn Houston.